刀や槍は相手を選ばず、赤紐の力にも限度がある。だから我は人混みの多いところを好まない。聖堂に戻り、小野神を守るのだ。刀や槍は相手を選ばず、赤紐の力にも限度がある。だから我は人混みの多いところを好まない。
考えとく。追加料金が必要です。考えとく。
聖堂に戻り、小野神を守るのだ。刀や槍は相手を選ばず、赤紐の力にも限度がある。だから我は人混みの多いところを好まない。聖堂に戻り、小野神を守るのだ。
考えとく。
属性に帰着するなど高望みなこと。我は自然と共にある方が落ち着く。
加料金が必要です。考えとく。
刀や槍は相手を選ばず、赤紐の力にも限度がある。だから我は人混みの多いところを好まない。
捕まえた。ここより弱滅の時。 道はありません。痛がっちゃいない。
ご安心を。ふっ。星と深淵。無事今日の依頼を星と深淵。
逃がさねえ。ひゃっはっはっくらえ知れ。
遅い。ひゅっ、見切りました。無力なる。ふん、やっ。無我の境地。
や
行くぞ。
荷物です。ファッション、私が定義。
無能。
滑稽、裁きの雷。
ここだ。無能。
この目で属性を見届けましょう。
や
逃げ道はありません。ここより弱熱の
止まって散りなさい。
逃がさぬ。消えろ。無能。
裁きの雷。
無能。
ファッション、私が定義する。
ここだ。ここだ。
無我の境地。遅い。
行くぞ。
稲光、すなわち永遠なり。
止まって散りな。
ここだ。無能。
ここより弱熱の時。
私が定義する。
ここだ。無能。
逃げ道はありません。
無駄だ。
裁きの雷、稲光、すなわち永遠なり。
無能。
やっ、
絹のような弱さね。それせはあよっ
ここでうろうろするな。
よっ
べー。
震えてるじゃない。極寒のせい？それとも恐怖？
ご助力やっはっ行きましょうはっはっ
なんて言ってない。
行きましょう。
邪魔さ
やっはっご安失策です。海のちぎりよ。はっはっわーせい手強いですね。やっよっせいはっとっふっやっご助力を。あれ狂いなさい。よっはっせいやっせいはっせいご安
救済はいらないの。
Hello, how's it going? It's good. How about you? Yep. I mean, it's only polite.
最近フォンテーヌ邸でまた何かイベントが開催されてるみたいだな。道に看板がたくさん出てるぞ。名前はフォンテーヌファッションウィーク。服屋を覗いてみて。
Nice.
何かいい新商品が手に入るかもしれないぞ。
Yes. Doing well is the tops.
その本当にいいの？前金の残りを使って作ったんだって。何？まさいやいや、千織さんを疑うつもりはないよ。というより、結婚式で千織屋のウェディングドレスを着るのはずっと私の夢だったの。あれって千織じゃないか？今日は店にいるんだな。そっか、確かにそうかもな。
Yep. I mean, because I watch anime, I know that when, well, I mean, not really just that, because I also study Japanese, but Chioriya, they were talking about her boutique, Chioriya boutique. The ya in Chioriya is actually just a kanji for shop. So it's basically what her shop's name is Chiori Shop Boutique, which is like, so it's shop boutique, which is like shop. Kind of like how bookstore be Honya. The Hon is book, ya is shop. But that's amusing. Favorite anime? Ooh, that's a toughie. I mean, I guess lately these days I kind of like the comedy shit. So One Punch Man is great. So it's cool. That's next season 3. I think has been greenlit or maybe started. I'm not sure. But Overlord was great. I mean, I haven't actually been watching anime specifically as much because essentially what I've been when I was watching anime, what I'd be doing is be watching the anime series of manga or light novels that I had already read. So like I had read the light novel, well not really light novel, but I'd read the manga for One Punch Man, even the webcomic for One Punch Man too. But yeah, so like I normally, so I had read the light novels for Overlord. I had read the manga. I mean, I read the light novels first, so it's like I already knew what happened in Over. Yeah, so I've read the Solo Leveling manga, well, manhwa, whatever, however you pronounce the Korean manga word, and the light novel. Well, really, the web novel. I had actually discovered the web novel first. So I'd read the translated web novel first, and then I saw that they were someone was fan translating the web comic or the comic, and then of course it got an anime series based on it. So I haven't really watched the anime series. It's like I've read the entire series through from the web novel. I've read the entire manhwa, so it's like, yeah, like I mean I could watch the anime, but it's like I'd rather just dedicate that time reading something new. But yeah, Solo Leveling is really good. I really liked it. And I've heard good things about the anime, but like, yeah, I know the story. Oh, well, I'm on my treadmill right now, so I'm walking. This is basically what I do. Is I do my Genshin dailies or some sort of daily while I take my lunch break and walk. I gotta speak fast. I essentially have to speak within a breath. So I sometimes rush it, depending on what I'm trying to say. No worries. So if I'm trying to get a full sentence off, I might rush it. Realistically, I could just space it. Like, I don't have to actually say everything. I could take it slower, go bit by bit. But yeah. But yeah, I like Solo Leveling. The story. I'm not really shy. Yeah, and basically, because that's essentially what I was doing. It'd be like, oh, cool. Let's see what's going on in this season of anime, and it's like, oh, cool. I remember reading that. I remember doing that. Like, I remember reading that series. I'll watch the anime for it, and especially if it's like based on a manga, the character designs for anime from manga usually suck, or it's just like the manga like captures obviously the manga is better, right? It's the actual creators, and it looks good, it looks stylized, it looks nice, and then the animators come in and they're just like, yeah, like they maybe get a few scenes where you're like, oh, okay, cool, I can see where you're basing it off of, like, but like doesn't ever have that charm. And I do understand, like, yeah, like the manga just has to draw a still image, so there's definitely going to be some dissonance between attempting to draw a still image and then attempting to like replicate an actual body and show that body from multiple angles as the scene goes through. So I do get that there's going to be some difference, but like oftentimes even still, like it looks like something that's just the design is like half as good as what the original manga author drew. So that gets a little frustrating. Like I remember what was the series? It was the Mob Otome game, where it was the guy who was reborn in a world where he's essentially in an Otome game, and he's a mob, and he meets the Duke's daughter and the former protagonist, but his reincarnated sister is essentially trying to do a reverse harem ending, so she's fucking up the story. And the light novel had really good illustrations. I think the manga was even more charming. I think it looked the character design was had a lot more charm to it. I think they looked more like manga-ish, whereas like the light novel had a more serious, not really serious tone, because like the shit that was going on was kind of funny, but like kind of had to look so much more realistic. And then the manga just had a little cutesy charm to it, which I thought was really good. I thought the illustrator for that was great. And then they make the anime for it, and I'm like, holy fuck, that looks bad. Like, Jesus Christ, that looks like shit. It's like none of the charm of the manga. Like, and it's also weird when they like change the design somewhat too, where it's like the face shape is different. Where it's like, what? Stop that. Don't change the face. Like, just keep that face. Like, yeah. So it's kind of hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes, I mean, I say sometimes. It happens more often than not. There's usually like, it's usually just a matter of degree, how much worse is it going to look? Sometimes it's not that bad, but even still, like, you rarely ever see like a 100% perfect recreation of it. It's usually like 90% at best. And then, of course, you get... Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, definitely. I think some studios are worse than others. But even still, even the best studios, I mean, I do understand it's tough. Like, 100% like recreating that. There's a huge difference between moving, like motion, and just still frames. Like, if all they had to do was just get one really good image, you know, to encapsulate 30 seconds worth of action, that's much easier for the manga people, and they can take their time and do it. Whereas, yeah, maybe with AI it'll be a little better. Like we'll have better like maybe generative AI shit. So all the animators have to do is illustrate a really good image at point one, and then a really good image like a second later, and then AI might be able to like fill in that, you know, the frames in between that second. So it might cut down the amount of images that an animator has to make, and then the AI can like generate the in between. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily better. Obviously, it depends on the animator, but like the idea is that the animator, instead of just literally drawing all, you know, 23 or 24 or whatever, 24 frames per second, like instead of them hand drawing every 24 of them, if they just create the first and last one, then AI can just fill in the gap, right? AI can figure out the difference between the two images and then generate 23 frames in between it, or 22 frames in between it, that type thing. So the illustrator, the actual animator, can focus more on making the frames they do make really good and really good, faithful recreations of the manga. Because I'm thinking that the reason why it kind of sucks is because of how much work they have to do. Because like these episodes pop out every, you know, they release them every week, and I'm not sure how much time they prep before the season launches to do it. Maybe they've done all episodes by the time the first episode airs. Perhaps that varies on the studio as well, but maybe something like that could be used to give the animators more time to perfect the frames they do make, and let AI kind of fill in the actual like frames in between. It's essentially what we already do. I think that's what DLSS is. It's frame generation. So games that might only play at 30 or 60 frames per second as a max, like that's just how well that's what the game's designed for. DLSS is there to inject AI generated frames in between those frames. So essentially a 60 frames per second game now becomes like 120 or more, because your computer is just generating some in between for a smoother transition. Shit like that. So I mean, obviously I've heard all the bullshit on Twitter about AI, and yeah, I mean, sure, there definitely will be some artists that will lose their job. Like it's going to happen. AI generated images and stuff, text, all that shit, just makes things easier. It's not like it'll eliminate all jobs, but like, so like a game or a studio or whatever needs like a few artists regardless. But like rather than having 10 artists all doing monotonous, very similar work, you could say hire 3 really good artists and have AI assist with what they're doing. That's kind of where we're going at the moment. And obviously artists, probably like yourself, might obviously, you know, because it's self-interest. It's like, oh my god, my job is gone, or shit. And yeah, it sucks for them, but like, this isn't even new. Like there was the exact same bullshit when Ford was doing the assembly line. There were a bunch of people like, oh my god, the assembly line, robots in automation processes, like actual literal robots in factories, you know, facilitating that. I mean, that just happened. That happened. That's just how humanity has operated. You know, like back in the day, monks used to transcribe books by hand. And then we made the printing press, and all those monks were out of the job. Well, I mean, I guess they're monks, so they're kind of out of a job anyway. But, you know, now we have a shitload of books because we're able to print it so easily. So it is this the way of progress. No worries. What's up? You want to sell me your art? You make VTuber models, you make banners, you make logos? Probably a depressing talk after what I was saying just a second ago.
ないところに置いて。不用意に畳んでシワを作らないように。あと取り出すのは結婚式当日まで待った方がいいけど、その感じだと我慢できる。
I was gonna say, are you gonna try to? Are you gonna sell your art? You make VTuber models, logos, banners, that type of stuff. You want to promote yourself, or do you have something else? And I said, well, that's probably a depressing topic right after what I was saying just a second ago about AI.
なるべく我慢する。これを着た私を見たら、彼もきっと。
Because that's just like, maybe not even, well, about half. About half the people that join my stream do that. They come in, they say, hey, what's up? Oh, by the way, I make VTuber models. I see you don't have a VTuber. I see you don't have a camera or a VTuber. Maybe I could sell you, my services. I can make you a VTuber model. I can make you banners or logos and shit. I assume what they're doing is they're looking at any stream that doesn't have one, maybe even some that do, and advertise their services to do that. And about like half the people who pop in, that's what they end up saying. So that's why I asked. I mean, it's whatever. People gotta promote your shit. I get it. No, I'm on PS5 right now, so I'm essentially streaming while I'm walking on my treadmill using my PS5. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Like, I don't even like PS5 gives you like literally no options. Like it's super easy to stream. Like I just press the share button, and then there's this little broadcast thing. And if you linked your YouTube or Twitch, you'll say which one you want to link on, and then you can enter in a stream title, and then boom, you're live. So I can't do shit. So, but yeah, I'll get people who pop in to advertise, and I'm like, no, like even if I wanted to, which I don't, I'm like literally unable to. I'd have to like buy a capture card and if I was gonna spend money on the stream, then I would buy a capture card and buy a webcam, because like it's not that I'm against. Well, I guess okay, like I wouldn't have a webcam now because like right now I'm just on the treadmill and I'm like a distance away from my computer, so you have to like set up my webcam like to zoom in on me when I'm on my treadmill, or just not bother. And so it's like, yeah, I don't want to. Like, it would only kind of matter when I basically, yeah. Like there was Genshin, which is this game, did this whole like event thing kind of, where essentially if you stream the game for a certain number of hours and a certain number of days, a combination of the two, they would give you free Primo Gems. And so I was like, oh well, I'm playing the game every day anyway. It's not hard, and it's not hard to stream from your PS5. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. Now, what they neglected to say is they have a certain number of, especially for the higher end amount of like Primo Gems, they have a select number of prizes they give away. And even if you are the first person who gets there, they still fuck you over by saying, well, yeah, you might have been one of the first people who got this prize, but we wait till the very end of the promotional deal and then pick the top like 1,000. Or maybe they see all the people that got, actually no, they do it, they eliminate prizes while it's going on. So so basically, even though they were like, oh yeah, you could earn like 5,000 Primo Gems by getting all these rewards, by the time I got to the end, I had only got like less than 500, which is like 2 10 pulls, or two pulls really, two just single pulls, which is better than nothing. And I was not doing anything I wouldn't already be doing. But then basically, since I did that and I realized how easy it is to do, it also gives me the option. It's like, since I'm playing this game, especially Genshin, it's really bad with this, is that this, like for instance, this quest, once I do this quest, it's gone forever, right? Like, I'm done. I can never come back and play this again. I would have to create a new account, new character. I can't even create a new character. I have to like create a new account on another server to create a new character, and then use that character to go through all the story, which is like, it's not too bad. Like if it was just that, it wouldn't be too bad. But the fact that there's a lot of time gating bullshit in this game, because it's at its core is a gacha game, so it has a stamina system, So I have to grind and level and to do all this extra content. So basically, like if I do this quest, I can never come back and ever see it again, other than like watch other people do it. But so I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just stream it, throw the VODs on YouTube, and then if I ever feel like thinking, what was Chiori's side quest again? I can just go back to my VODs and look for it and go through it again. So, and then since I was going to do that for that, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I might as well do for all games. So pretty much every game I play on the PS5, which is most of the games I play, I just go live. So like lately, I mean, I'm on every day for Genshin because there's shit to do, and it's fun too. I feel compelled to because of the FOMO and the free Primo gems I get every day. But I do enjoy the game; it's a lot of fun. But I'm also been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so I've been going through and playing that, throwing my VODs on YouTube. So, but yeah, it's mostly fun, kind of for me. But yeah, people want to come by and chat, ask what's going on. I've had some people pop in and be like, hey, rate my Genshin account, or what's a good team comp? Because I've been playing this game for 3 years, so it's like I've seen videos. I have a general good idea of what's going on. So I'm here to give advice, answer any questions, but mostly just fuck about. And work out really. Yeah. So I get like a half an hour, 1 hour walk on my treadmill while I do my Genshin dailies. It's a good way to get me to actually. I mean, it's just good in general to exercise. Obviously. So, but I was always having a hard time getting myself to do it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm always doing my whether I walk on my treadmill or not, I'm still going to do my Genshin dailies, and they're fairly distracting. So it's like, yeah, I forget. I mean, well, not really. Obviously not forget. Like I forget I'm even like working out. So like so there are definitely days where like I end up like walking. There's like one time I was on a chat with someone who was in chat and ended up like walking for like an hour and a half, 2 hours or something. It's like, I was just chatting. So definitely kind of pushes me to walk more than I otherwise would. Because if I was gonna like just walk, I'd probably get bored pretty quick. But this game, like I have some things I absolutely have to do, like which don't take too much time, maybe 15, 20 minutes of Genshin dailies. But then there's like there's like the exploration, the various quests, all sorts of other shit to do. So while I play that, my walking time, pops up to 30 minutes. Maybe if I'm absorbed in the quest, maybe even lasts for an hour. So I definitely recommend doing it. But like, some people just don't have the space for a treadmill. Some people don't have consoles; they only play on PC. And even if they have a controller that they can connect to their PC, their monitor might not be that big. Like my television monitor is like easily like twice the size of my computer monitor. So it's like and so even though I'm like 10 feet away from it, I can still see everything that's going on very well. So it's not an actual problem. Whereas I imagine trying to play the game on a computer would be kind of tough. Especially if you're streaming. Because like you have OBS and you have chat, and I guess you could have chat overlay while watching and use your own stream to react. Like on full screen, perhaps. But when you stream on PS5, it automatically has a little chat overlay. For a few seconds at least. So I have to respond pretty quick or else I forget what people said.
実はその人たちはいつも会う強盗とは違ってじゃ私の記事を荷物を置いていけば見逃してやるじゃないとキララ怪我とかなかったか？平気私こう見えてもれっきとした妖怪だもん。その人たちは待って強盗に荷物を狙われるのは珍しいことじゃないけどねえ何かまだ私に言ってないことがあるんじゃない？それはそっか。千代りお姉さんそれはずるいって。実はあの人たちがどうして私の前に。そしたら強盗の中に口の軽い人がいてねあっさり依頼人のその人の名前は
I see. He's a presumably competitor.
千代りお姉さんありがとう。キララは優しいのね。ましてやそいつは私の友達に手を出したんだから。分かったよ。依頼人ユーサ
Uther Pendragon? How can you know whose father has fallen?
だから千代りお姉さんには教えたくなかったんだよ。あれ前に千代りお姉さんが愚痴ってたんだ。そのファッションデザイナーはってことはこんな汚い手を使うやつをユーサーは私
Yeah, I always hated people like this.
みんなの前で
He's obviously one of these assholes who's like, yeah, I could make myself better, but because that's hard and annoying, what I'd rather do, since it's easier, is just make other people worse. Then I'm better by comparison. It's obviously a really shitty mentality to have, and it's just purely destructive. And the unfortunate thing is that it's also much easier, so that's more enticing, and it can work. So, it's like, yeah, becoming better, because there's always a limit on talent and shit. Like, yeah, he might be really good, he might have tried really hard, but maybe he just sucks. You know, maybe he's at the limit of his talent, and Shiori is just better. So if you can't make it up for it in skill, this might be the only thing left for him. Now, a good and honest person would just accept that and be like, well, if she's just better, then she's just better. But shadier people or desperate people, this guy could be desperate. Maybe he's living hand to mouth, and he needs money just to keep his dream alive of being a boutique. And this is the only way he can drum up enough business to keep afloat. Sure, I could understand desperation. He might not be a bad person. He's just desperate, so he's doing a bad thing. But the likelihood of that is low. I bet it's just he's a piece of shit, and he's doing it because he's a lazy piece of shit. Probably it. 9 times out of 10, that is it. But it's not always the reason.
しおりお姉さんは思ったことを旅人バイもしおり
Okay, well that's enough working out for me. I got a good almost 50 minutes in. It's always good. Actually, I'll just tap the real quick. She already knows. She already knows something. Or she already knows something. That's nice. Sounds like she said she, not chi, but I guess I can understand the difference. Okay, well, anyway, that's enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and log out. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time.